So welcome to the full video. Please ignore my roommate in the back. What an interesting way to celebrate my first year anniversary in my room, quarantined. I hope everyone is staying okay and sane and safe and healthy. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's very interesting. You know, I thought I would be having this event somewhere in a physical location, not at home. But how do I say this quote in the way that I want to? When life throws you curveballs, have a really good swing. Meaning whatever life throws at you, just make the best of it, which is what I'm doing. I did have a minor meltdown where I thought I would cancel this whole thing. It's not happy about it, but oh well, it's too important. It's my first year anniversary. Okay, that's a big deal for our company. It's a big deal for a lot of things, but really, you know, first year of a company being opened, if you can make it to that point, oh, it's such a success, and it's really only gonna move forward. I've learned a lot in the last year, and I'm gonna tell you about it right now. So I wanted to preface by saying a little bit about myself, and also about what Moni K actually is. Yes, it is named after me, if that's not obvious already. There's a reason for that too. Okay, so let me tell you. So my name is Monica. I go by Moni often, and I decided to name my company after myself, and that decision kind of came to me when I was little. When I was a little kid, I always used to dream of having my own building. I would draw it all the time. And I know exactly what it's going to look like. I can't wait to build it one day. But it always had... So it's funny. I'll tell you a little bit. I won't take too long about it. But it was a big, black building with giant windows, the whole building pretty much. It was just mostly glass and a black shiny material. Keep in mind this was when I was I don't know, 10 maybe. And it continued on. It's still obviously one of my dreams. But every time I would draw this building, it always had my name on it. And I kept it. So I decided to name the company after that, after myself, for that reason, and also because I've invested in myself. I think that who I am as a person, as a brand, as a company is really valuable, and I really want people to associate who I am with what the company is going to achieve, because I pour a lot of who I am and my soul and my visions and my personality. It permeates the whole thing. From the beginning to the end, it's gonna be who I am. And actually, surprisingly, I have already had offers for people to buy it, and I said, no way. No way, this is me, has my name on it. Sorry, it's never gonna be out of my hands. The only way that it will be is if it's my kids, or I don't know, we'll see. So, someone who I really trust to live out my name. But anyways, so that's my name, and that's why the company is named that. Okay. Next point. Sorry, it's just I have so much to say, and I'm trying to create the perfect timeline, or the perfect outline for this video, and I don't know. Um, I feel like if I think too much about it, I get too nervous and then I won't do it. So everything that I say really comes to me, you know, comes to me and then it comes to you almost immediately. But anyways, so my name is Monica. Returning to the point, my name is Monica. My company is Moni K. So let's see. Good questions about me and who I am. Well, I'm 26 right now. I started this company when I was 25. So that's pretty young, to open a company. But I've always done things pretty early on in life. I've always known what I wanted, so I just went after it, and I went after this as well. And no, I'm not intimidated by my age. I don't think anyone should discredit me because of my age. Age doesn't necessarily mean that you have the knowledge. You can be young and still know, the relevant information. And I spent many years practicing, and not only practicing, but learning. I've been learning this whole time, and I've learned double just so that I can keep up with everyone else in my field. Yes, I think that's important to know. It's important to note that my age, although it may be young, is not something to use to underestimate me. Because I am very smart and very dedicated and very passionate about what I do, and I will always provide the best services. Yeah, and I do have a good background, I think, both professionally and academically. I went to school for Macaulay Honors at Queens College, and I did environmental studies. Towards the end of my education there, I did sustainability. It was my focus, and I did a lot of really great internships, worked at a lot of great companies. Because of that, actually, I started working in the last semester of school, and since then, I've spent years in this field in sustainability with some engineering background, a lot of time with project management and project coordinating, and I'm going to discuss that as well. I want to talk about some of the companies that I've worked for because I think they're really amazing, and they're a big reason of why I'm here. How I got here and what gave me the ability to do what I'm doing. So I'm going to talk about those in a minute. I wanted to talk about what Moni K actually is. So I've told you a little bit about me, my name and my age. I've talked about where I went to school. I don't want to forget to mention that I am in school right now. I'm taking my master's, or I'm working on my master's at St. John's University, and I'm doing government and politics with an international relations focus, which has been great so far. I just started. It's my first semester. It's gonna be done in 5 weeks. I can't wait. It's been hard managing a company, or running a company, and also doing my master's. It's a lot of work and stress, but I'm doing it. Anyways, so let me tell you about what Moni K is. So it's an environmental consulting and planning company that I started last year, 2019, and I started it it was really meant to be for sustainability projects. That's where my passion lies. I love designing microgrid, solar power, electric vehicle projects. That's where my career experience has been. Also energy efficiency. So that's what the company was meant to be for. It was meant to be for me to lead the planning of environmental projects for New York City, especially leading towards New York City becoming a major smart city. And it still is. The company is still working on that. It's actually going to launch into that this month because I just hired 2 new interns and I'm so excited to have them on the team. They have engineering background and they can help me create these plans, and we're going to be proposing a lot of different ideas. So it's going to be a big year. I'm very excited about it, and I'm not going to let this current world situation deter me from that dream. It may actually be even more important now for this than ever. So we're going to be working on that. What else do I want to say? Let's see. I don't know. I think it's also really important. And what I'm referring to by it is environmental health and safety plans, as well as quality control and quality assurance plans for construction companies. That is what I've spent the last roughly 8 months, I'd say. Is it 8 months? Yes, since about last August, I started working on this. And my company has been working with another company called Pearls Construction, which is something that I'm really happy about and excited about for the future. I think we work very well together, and we've been offering packages for construction companies. So I do the environmental health and safety plans and quality control and quality assurance, while Pearls Construction does construction project management, scheduling, and they do modeling. And they're a great team. It's what I've been working on for 8 months, and I'm going to continue working on it. We're still offering that a lot. We're actually trying to get more into that. It's an idea we're working on. But in the meantime, we are offering that. So we are offering environmental health and safety and quality control and quality assurance, and on their side, they're offering the scheduling and the modeling. So if you're a construction company watching this, please reach out to me, or please reach out to Pearls Construction. Just ask for that service. But anyways, so I just wanted to give out a quick shout out to Pearls Construction. Thank you very much for working with me. It has been a pleasure, and I'm really looking forward to what the future holds for us as a team, for working together. So now that I've explained some of the projects that I've been working on, and that are a big thing for my company, the sustainability projects, the environmental health and safety, the quality control and quality assurance, and the educational component for the Environments for Us YouTube series. Some of the other services that I offer are actually for building owners and other smaller companies. I don't only work with large-scale projects, I also work with smaller. The main point is just, I'm looking for every way possible, big or small, to have energy efficiency, sustainability, just anything that's really beneficial to the environment. So I really don't want anyone to feel that they can't approach me with a project. I don't only take the big projects. I will work with smaller projects as well, and I will put in the same amount of passion and effort and time. So, building owners that are looking to save energy in their buildings, in their apartments, if they come to me, then I'll come up with solutions on how to do that. Also, if a community of residents comes to me and they really propose an idea that they say, wow, we'd really like to implement a park in this area, or a, a garden, a community garden, or even easier for me personally, if you want solar in your community, then just let me know. I'm the person for that. I know all the connections, and I will have your back on that. So my company is just very accessible. It doesn't mean that it won't take some time, because I am very busy, but I will not ignore it, and I will put it on my list, and I will work it out, one way or another. So, feel free to approach me with any questions that you have, any ideas, and I will tell you whether it's possible, who to talk to. If it's not me, it may be someone that I know. I'll direct you to that. I'm very easy to talk to. I hope that comes across. So, okay. So let me get back to the companies, to the beginning. I want to get back to the beginning of the company, because I've explained, I think, a little bit about what it is. I've explained some of the services we offer, a company that I'm working with right now, and what I really wanted to explain right now, other than what I'm about to say, which is why I started the company. Other than that, I wanted to talk about the companies that I've worked for. So I'm working with a company right now, but I've worked for a few companies prior to opening my own. And so I will actually start with that point, because that will lead into why I opened my own company, and what made it possible, and what gave me the confidence to do it. Okay, so let's go back in time. Let's go back to 2016. Okay, so 2016 was my last year of school. I took an extra year in order to graduate, because I took 2 semesters off. It was personal reasons, but everything's okay. I don't regret it. I needed it. But anyways, so 2016, that was my last year. And in that year, I was actually interning as a student intern for someone who was amazing. Her name was Stacy Cohen. Unfortunately, she did pass away, and I still miss her. So many times I wish I could ask her a question. She was not only my mentor at that point in my life, but she was also my friend. And she is the reason why I got both of the jobs I got that year. Yes, my skills spoke for themselves, but she was the reason why I got connected to those people. I got connected to Genesis Engineering through her. I got connected to Sustainable CUNY through her. And I ended up working on, at both of those companies. And, so, I just want to say that I owe a lot of what happened now to her. Also, when I was in school that year, I wanted to thank Dr. Ronald. She was such a good, I don't remember her title, but she was a great counselor. She really fought for me, and she helped me through a lot of the things that I was dealing with in school, and so I really want to thank you also, Dr. Ronald, if you're watching this. I hope I proved that I was worth the fight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything that you did for me, and I'm so happy that we got to stay in touch. And So, school was very important for my career. And from school, working as a student intern for the sustainability department, I got exposed to so much knowledge and so much real life projects, and I really got hands on. And through Stacy, I got involved in Genesis Engineering and Sustainable CUNY, which was great because both companies are awesome on their own, but I had a unique position because those two companies, they were working on the same project, which was an electric vehicle project at Queens College. And at the time, I got to serve as a liaison between both of them. So I was an assistant project manager and at Sustainable CUNY, and I was also a sustainability analyst at Genesis Engineering. And I was helping both of them with solar projects and with the electric vehicle project. So many different ways. I did marketing, I did analyses, I did, the project management side of it, so I was making sure everyone was communicating with each other. I did all that and I loved it. And, what did I want to say after that? So, Genesis Engineering, they ended up merging with Willdan Energy Solutions, which is where I ended up going after Genesis Engineering. I stayed with Willdan and I did the Con Edison Energy Efficiency Program. That program is the reason why I'm making this video today, 1 year later. That was a really interesting job for me. It taught me a lot about who I am, about what I'm capable of, and it was life-changing. It was life-changing. The program was great, but it's more about what I learned about myself in it. I don't even know how to talk about that. Not yet. I'm still processing that. But that job taught me, what it taught me about myself is how much work I can do at one time. That is what really, really occurred there. I was a project coordinator. So, at some points it really felt like I was doing 10 things at once. Because there was like 2 inboxes I had to constantly check on. So all day I was doing that, answering, sometimes hundreds of people. I was helping one project manager, I was helping the other project manager, I was helping the program manager, I was helping everybody, which I love, don't get me wrong. And also while I'm helping everybody, at that point I was studying for my GRE, so I was doing like some of that when I could. I was also doing the teaching assistant position at Queens College. I was doing so much. And I was still somehow helping with making sure that we all had office supplies. And I signed up to be a volunteer event planner for our group. And I was always planning parties after work, happy hours. Like, I was always just really active and handling so many tasks at once. And that's what really got me thinking about, me being kind of like a central part. Like, I do so many things at once. I'm capable of doing so many things at once. And then at some point I sat down and I just kind of started thinking about my future, about what I really wanted. And I was very, very extremely ambitious. And I guess I just didn't want to follow the traditional path. I didn't want to wait years for me to become a project manager and then years to become that. And I just didn't want to wait for that, you know? Um, and that's fine for some people. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. But it wasn't what I wanted to do at all. I didn't want to wait. I saw my potential then and there in that job. I said, I can do this. I can do more. I can do a lot more. And so I did. I respectfully resigned, and shortly after I started working on my company. Well, I did have this plan when I was a kid, but it wasn't something I thought I would do at this age. I thought maybe 30, 35. I don't know. I wasn't sure. But this last job, it really pushed me faster. Like it made me want to chase after this dream now, and I did. And it was huge. Okay, it was huge because I didn't know what I was doing. To be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. All I knew is that I wanted to do this. And a lot of the things I do in life are like that. I come up with an idea. I think the idea through, make sure that it's something I really want to do, and then all speed ahead. All just straight line to my goal. And I don't let anything stop. Honestly, sometimes the only obstacle I have is myself. I'm still human, despite me working like a machine sometimes. So I get tired, I get angry, I get frustrated, I get sad. I get so many things, and so many times I want to give up. But in the morning, I wake up and I do it again. Every day. Every day for years and years and years. My whole life. And I plan to stay that way. So that's how it started, and it was because of these companies that I worked for that I got the experience and I got the motivation, and yeah, it was a big deal. It was a big deal, and it was terrifying. It's terrifying. I had no help, and that's not to say that my former bosses or anything, they gave what they could to me, of course. I still thank them today, especially Mr. Eber. If he's watching this, he was amazing. He still is amazing. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the time that you spent teaching me and treating me as if I was, I was an important person. Thank you for always including me and teaching me new things. I won't forget that ever. And it's funny because I will always call him Mr. Eber. And I will always call Dr. Ronald Dr. Ronald. No matter what. I'll be 50, I'll still do that. It's out of respect, not out of lack of, out of closeness. It's out of respect. I will always treat you both with respect. Because I owe you so much. I really do. I owe you a lot. So, just wanted to say thank you to that. And continuing on to my point before that was that it was this huge step in my life, opening this company. And a lot of people, they do things a little more step by step when it comes to companies. They'll either work full time and do this on the side, or they'll somehow have funding to open their company, or something like that. But I didn't have any of that. I quit my job to do this full time. I had no funding. All I had was myself, my determination, my skills. Somehow I made it work. And I wanted to make sure that was said, because the way that I opened this company was with my tax return, and my last two paychecks from the job at Con Edison, at Wildan Energy Solutions, and also I cashed out my retirement account at that last year. So all of that together, how much could that have been? I don't know, maybe $5,000. Definitely less than 10. And that was also including bills and rent and all of that stuff. So that's what I used to open my company and make all of this happen. I still am paying everything out of my own pocket. It's all coming from my work. I have been open to investors. I'm still looking for someone that I trust for that, and for business loans and such. But most of this has been from my own pocket. Also, my mom and my dad, they have been tremendously helpful. They've supported most of my last year. Last year, 2019, most of it. Thank God for them. They were nervous and they were skeptical about this. Not because they don't believe in me, but they were just afraid. They were afraid that, mostly about the funding, and I can't say that they weren't right about that. They were. It was hard. It is still hard. It's the biggest struggle I have, for this company for this year has been financial. But once I started getting more projects, that kind of got easier, and now that I'm past my 1 year mark, I can register as a woman-owned business officially, and I think that will, really benefit the company, and I really think the financial struggles are mostly over. The only thing that kind of slowed us down again was this current world situation. But I'm staying optimistic, and I'm praying that this will be over soon and we can return, back to normal. So let's see. So that was the biggest struggle, and that is how and why I opened the company. So now that we've discussed that, I want to talk about what we've accomplished. What I've accomplished to myself. I think, I don't think we should focus. We should dwell on the struggles. That part is behind. That part is behind me. I'm grateful for the whole year, despite how many times I wanted to rip my hair out of my head. I'm gonna say it bluntly. It was really hard. If you're not willing to put in your entire life, your entire mind, your everything into this, into yourself, into your company, if you're not willing to do that, I don't recommend it for you. I was told early on, everyone told me how hard it's gonna be, and they were not lying. They were not lying. But me being who I am, I decided to not listen to that. Just kidding. I listened a little bit. I kept it in my mind, I really did. But but I take on challenges anyways. Even if I know it's going to be extremely hard. So, you know, I am not discouraging anyone from pursuing this. I think if you really have the passion, you have the vision, and you're willing to work your butt off, then go for it. Go for it. Now, don't let anything stop you. You know, don't because what I'm getting to, like, don't stop because the achievements that you make are gonna be so rewarding. You know, you're gonna be so proud of yourself. You're gonna see your vision come to life. You know, you're gonna see how many new people you get to work with, how many people that you already knew that you get to work with. And every dollar you make just feels so much better because of all the hard work you put into it. That dollar means so much more. And seeing your name on something, and getting asked to be interviewed, and it's just, all of it is so exciting and so rewarding, and just, it's amazing. I would never give this up. Not in a million years I wouldn't. I know I kept saying that I would, and I was fighting with myself and whatever. Even at some points I considered getting a normal 9-to-5 job, again, but no, this is who I am now. This is who I am. I am a business owner. I am the president of my company, and I love it. And I'm actually trying to open a few more. So, stay tuned for that. I know you probably think I'm insane. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe I am a little bit, but listen, when I have a vision, I have a vision, and I need to see it out in the world. And I am so grateful for all of those who supported me thus far and who continue to support me every day. I'm gonna wrap it up now because it's actually time for the WebEx meeting for this event. So I hope I did a little bit, hope I got to answer some questions. If there's any more, please let me know. Yeah. I know this was not the most official video. I wanted to show you who I am. I didn't want it to sound stiff, I wanted it to show my warmth and my honesty. This is me, and I hope that you like it. Okay.